What up, though, Detroit? Once again, this is your guy, Darryl Noodles Nolen. Back in the lab, baby, spending time with noodles. First thing, order business. Always got to give thanks and honor to God. God's getting me a gift, y'all. He gave me a podcast show. And you know what? My gift, I enjoy sharing. Because, see, that's the purpose he's given me. So with that being said, viewing audience, I got a question for y'all. Y'all ready to share y'all gifts with the world? Huh? Or you sit back procrastinating because you think you got God's watching your pocket? Well, guess what, y'all? Today's topic is the clock is ticking. And baby, let me tell you, before I get into and introduce my amazing guests sitting next to me, I want to share the concept of spending time with noodles. And it's very simple, it's very easy. One of the things I pride myself on is bringing on like-minded people. People, of course, that offer something to share with others. And when I say like-minded, I'm talking I've had a wide range of guests. I've had comedians, I've had athletes, I've had attorneys, real estate, mortgage brokers. I've had chief of the fire department for the city of Detroit. I mean, the list goes on. And one thing I believe in doing, we got to network better. And that's one of the things I really enjoy doing, especially in the Black community. That will always be my first audience. I enjoy networking and building relationships with other like-minded people. But understand, I am committed to my first audience, which is the Black community. So with that being said, I want to introduce, something that I learned a few years ago. Actually, it was back when I was serving our country in the United States Army. And it was a saying that if you fail to plan to fail. So guess what? It's 2025. You got to have a vision. And I want to introduce to you all my friend. I met this young lady, actually, at another podcast studio. And I'm a very observant guy. And what I picked up just in the time that we were sitting in the studio was that she's gifted, she's talented, very artistic, very creative. She actually introduced me to some candy that I still have to this day. And it's probably been about, 6, 7 months ago you gave me that candy? It's don't go stale now.
It's been a lot longer than that, I believe.
Oh, you know what? You're probably right. So, with that being said, Vision Wear 2025. Miss Medinah, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So you know what? I'm happy to have you here. One, because I know God is waiting on you to share your gift, because it's going to plant seeds with some folks that are going to be viewing this show. So you know what? Let's get right into it. What's the story behind Vision Wear 2025?
So the story behind Vision 2025, I've always considered myself a visionary. And as a creator or a creative, I came up with Vision Wear because I've seen the vision boards done time and time again. And I wanted to do something on the same lines that was more impactful, something that was that kind of stayed with you and motivated you on a daily type basis, and so I came up with Vision Wear.
So when you said let me ask you this. Around what age did you realize and recognize the gift that God has given you relative to your creativity, your artistic, ability? Around what age?
I was young. I'm going to say that I can't remember when exactly I started drawing, but my dad was an artist. He passed away, but he was an artist. So I always saw him painting on canvas. There was always acrylic paints and canvases and things like that around, in his space that we weren't allowed to go into or whatnot. I never watched him paint, but I just knew he painted. I knew he was an artist when I was young. And I would be in my room. I was a middle child, so I always was a loner. And I would just draw. And I thought I was going to be a cartoonist because back then, there wasn't all the digital things. You couldn't do it digitally. You literally.
So you letting folks know you and I are back in the Stone Age. Is that what you're trying to let me
Yeah, back in the Stone Age.
All right, okay.
You used to have to draw. I think you used to have to draw it over and over again to make it move in motion, stuff like that. So, but I used to love to draw Mickey Mouse and, just all the little cartoons. I used to love to draw. So I started at an early age. I'm going to say maybe around 7 or 8.
So in terms of being an artist, is it just strictly painting or are you into what they call sculpturing, I guess? Is that a form of art or is it just strictly painting for you? Relative to being
that was when I was drawing. I didn't start painting until my father passed away in 2017, about 6 months after that. But when it comes to art or creativity, if it's creative, I can do it. So I've displayed my art in a lot of different ways, from writing to painting to airbrush to makeup. I did hair. I designed the drinks, the candy, as you saw.
Yes.
I could do interior design, wardrobe design. I've displayed my artistic or my creativity, my artistic abilities in a lot of different ways.
I felt that. And let me tell you, when you said that your dad had passed, and it was after he passed is when you started painting. It was so weird. And that is deep. Mm-hmm. It's almost like your dad's spirit, his DNA, awakened inside of you, and his gift. That's deep.
And I'm gonna tell you why. So I was caring for my mom. I was a hairstylist for over 30 years.
Okay.
So somewhere near, my mom had a stroke, and it was right after my dad had a stroke. My dad had a stroke that year in August, and then my mother had one in September. And so I had started caring for my mom. A year after that, I started caring for my mom. She told me she didn't want to be in a nursing home, and that's a long story. But I started caring for my mother. And I ended up having to get a place that was closer to where I work and one that would accommodate our living circumstances. And I was doing that, but then as time went on, I wasn't able to leave her at home like I could. So I was sending my friends down the street, go down there and check on my mom and all that kind of stuff. So eventually I moved the salon into the home, and, the clientele cut off, and I needed more money. And so I was sitting there looking at my granddaughter one day, and I looked at her and I said, I'm about to start face painting. Oh, wow. And so I never painted anything except for,
right,
what people do or whatever, And so I had went to Michael's and found the little face painting kit, and I did this on her. It was horrible, right? It was horrible. But I knew it wasn't because of my ability to paint. It was the paint itself.
Correct.
So I went to YouTube and I found out what paints they use, what brushes they use, and I went and got the proper paint and brushes. I bought it online, and I learned how to face paint. They teach you the strokes that you need to learn. 2 weeks later, after getting the correct paint, I started painting on her and practicing on her and practicing on paper and practicing on my hands. About 2 weeks later, I went to the park, and it was the summertime in June or July. I went to the park and did it free for the kids in the daytime, the kids that didn't go to school, the little ones.
Right.
Did it free. 2 weeks later, I had an LLC, and I was professionally painting, charging $75 an hour.
Wow. Awesome. Let me ask you this. What inspired you to create Vision Wear 2025?
So what inspired me was, so at the start of this year, I had a gut feeling that this was going to be a powerful year for networking, collaborating, and just people as a whole trying to get together as a unit and network. And Yeah, like I said, the vision board thing came to mind and vision wear came to mind. And I felt it was just a great idea to bring people together to collaborate and unify.
So the answer is, how does this event? Because, I had a friend post on social media the other day. She was at a vision board workshop. And, but how does your event, how does Vision Wear 2025 differ from a traditional vision board?
Well, unlike the traditional vision board workshops, we'll be creating our vision on a T-shirt. And so, again, I feel like a wearable vision is something that you can take with you and remind you as you go on about your day. It's also a great conversation starter. You can be at the grocery store or somewhere like that, and it can not only motivate you, but motivate others. Whereas if you have a vision board, it's kind of just at home or at your
In the office.
and you're not really motivating anybody but yourself. Sometimes that's when you even realize that it's still there.
And see, and what you just said, I mean, that's deep. That's sharing.
Yep.
Even I today, I can say, this is my vision. Nah, I'm good. I'm representing how I feel. No, I'm good. I'm always going to be good. That's just my mindset. So, Medinah, with you being a creator, of this vision, how can wearing your goals help with motivation and manifestation?
So what you see affects your mindset. And I feel like if you're wearing your vision, say you're at the gym and you're looking in the mirror and you're lifting weights and you see your shirt, your reflection in the mirror, it kind of helps you to move more towards your goal. Remember why you're there, type of thing. Yeah, just a wearable vision.
Wow. So, what impact do you hope it'll have on attendees, those that are going to come to your event? What impact do you hope this whole workshop is going to have on them?
I would love for the people to leave feeling empowered, inspired, and motivated. I want the attendees to leave with a bigger network, having expanded their network, knowing that there are people out there who are sometimes stuck, and are trying to push toward goals just like they are. That we all have goals.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, I just want the attendees to, most of all, leave feeling empowered.
Are you going to have like some special guests there? Are you going to have some activities? And if so, what are those activities? And
Yeah.
you have some speakers.
I do.
Please share. Please share. Well, I'm excited to hear.
I do.
Because I kind of like, it's like I can get a vision of it. So share. I'm nosy now.
So the special guest speaker is Teresa Craigett Moore, TT from the D. She's actually married to Swift McVeigh. I think his name is McVeigh. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. From D12. Because a member of D12.
Okay,
But so she is a powerhouse MC. She's also an actor. She's a podcaster as well.
Okay.
And a philanthropist. I'm also going to have the Nigerian workout doll. Her name is Sade Laida. Liadi. Well, she's Nigerian, so she has a different type of name. But
And what does we say she's going to be doing? Because, when you were pronouncing the name, one thing I love that this...
Liadi. I have to
called
correct
Liadi?
her. Liadi.
Okay.
Sade Liadi.
That's what her name?
Yes.
Okay. And what is she going to be doing again?
She is.
I got caught up in the name.
She is a fitness coach. Her brand is the Nigerian Workout Doll. She has an app out, and she leaves motivational things every single morning. She's up at the crack of dawn, working out, leaving motivational things out there for women mostly, but she trains men as well. But she's a trainer, and she inspires every day, all day. Also, who's going to be there, Shalonda Love, the comedian. She says she's going to stop through and for a few.
Awesome.
You know Shalonda?
I love.
Yeah, water.
She appeared on one of my comedy shows.
Yeah,
When I used to promote.
yeah. So she does the Punchline. She hosts at the Punchline on Thursdays in Southfield. And she told me she's going to come through and give a few words, drop a few gems, a little fun. So that's going to add a little fun, as well as inspiration.
And one of the things we know, and I think it's important because as you talk about vision, and it really talks about mental, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the things we know, when you talk about having a comedian, because, I'm having into promoting comedy shows, comedy leads to laughter. Laughter leads to longevity. And if you're laughing more, that means you're releasing some of that stress.
Yeah.
So what you are offering up, I'm telling you, people, y'all got to come out and be a part of this thing. So continue.
Yeah, because I got one more. Can't leave out Miss Dana, the network junkie. This woman is amazing, okay, when it comes to networking and just making motion. She has her own podcast as well called Roads to Marriage, and it's a 10-part like an episode type of thing. So they started from I don't know all the 10 episodes, but I did attend. I was on the panel on episode 3. Well, I was in the VIP section in episode 3.
I was about to say, what'd you speak on?
I spoke a little bit about relationships, but it's like 10 parts. It's not just about marriage. It's like on the road to marriage type of thing.
Gotcha.
So I was on the episode where they were talking about dating with children. Dating while with children.
Right.
So, so she does that. She has a ebook out for podcasting and networking.
Okay.
And so, she's going to come through and say a few words as well. And I got some other, speakers that'll be saying a little something here and there. I got a little couple things to say.
Okay, got some surprises in the bags. All right.
Surprises in the bag. All right. Yes.
Let me ask you this. What are some of the fun aspects of the event? Like, what are you going to be doing to just make sure that this has been an amazing experience? What fun stuff you want?
First, we'll have the creation station. And that would be pretty much where they'll be privy to all of the decorations that it'll take to make their vision come to fruition on their shirt. So we're going to have everything from scissors to thread and needles and rulers and snaps and buttons and grommets and fabric paint, airbrush paint, iron-on letters, transfers, just anything that you can think of to kind of create your own custom wear. Then we'll have the Vision Wear runway show, where they'll be able to go down a runway, show off their vision wear that they created, talk about their vision, and again, inspire while inspiring themselves. We'll have raffles and giveaways. We're going to have strolling food and hors d'oeuvres. The speakers, we're going to have fun.
So how does Vision Wear 2025 create opportunities for networking and, collaboration? How does that play into it?
Well, just the creative nature itself, just doing something different, bringing together all different types of people, because it doesn't matter what your vision is or what your goal is. It could be starting a new business. It could be spring cleaning. I haven't gotten to my garage that I've been trying to get to for 2 years. So it can be just something as small as that. Right. And so the event itself is just geared towards networking, collaborating, motivating. You never know who you may meet.
You are right. And you know what? one, we all know, in order for that to happen, you got to be where? You got to be in the room.
You got to be there.
That part. So it's February. It's Black History Month. Why did you feel this was the time to host this event?
So Black History Month, Black unity is power. Okay. I felt like if this was a great time, a great month to do it, because breaking generational curses, building generational wealth is very important to me and what I strive to do every day with my granddaughter and, well, my grandson too. But so this month I just feel like as a whole, as a community, sometimes we don't get it, that unity is power and that collaboration is power. Networking is power.
Absolutely.
And
You talking my talk. Keep talking.
And so, I just felt like this month would just be a great month to honor that.
You're making our ancestors proud. Seriously, think about that for a minute. I mean, think about it for a minute. Here it is. This is Black History Month. And knowing, of course, the state of the country, we won't get into that. But I'm saying to you, and I believe God dropped it in my spirit to share that with you, to let you know, you're making our ancestors proud of you.
Thank you.
By doing it during a time which is recognized as Black History Month. Let me ask you this. What role do you feel the community plays in achieving personal business goals? What role do you think the community plays?
The community, what role do I think the community plays? I believe the community plays an important role. I've heard too many times about how we don't want to support one another, or we're no longer going to support each other because of this reason or that reason. We need to be allowed to not be perfect. We need to be allowed to be vulnerable, transparent when we're having problems with running our business, with running our homes, with any of that. And so I believe that when community comes together, that it strengthens that we thread.
Wow. Dynamic answer. I mean, you talked about unity. You talked about the community. Let me ask you this, breaking it down to, let's say, an individual, what advice would you have for someone struggling, to take that first step towards their vision?
First, I would say to someone to write your vision down. Write it down. Break it down into small goals. And every day, take at least 10 minutes. You can take more, but take at least 10 minutes towards that goal and fit it into your everyday routine, just like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. That 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it may be. And if you have more than one goal, and this is personally what I do because I always have a lot of things on the table. I say, okay, well, I'm going to dedicate this hour to this. And once that hour is over, I'm done. And then I'm going to go to this and dedicate an hour, 2 hours to that. And then I'm done. And then I'm going to go to the next thing. And so just nipping away at your goals until you've achieved them.
Okay. Let me ask you this. What's some creative ways people can design their vision wear? Let me ask you this, because, if I'm able to attend, but, I know I have some commitments on that date, right? Can I create myself a jogging suit? I can get creative like that?
Yeah. So we'll provide T-shirts. We'll provide the T-shirts for the attendees, but the attendees are allowed to bring anything they want. So they can bring a hoodie in, they can bring a tote bag, they can bring jeans if they want to. And so, and like I said, we'll have all everything that you need to decorate it and it become a custom one-of-a-kind piece. So
Awesome. So if you could put one message on a t-shirt that represents your life's mission, what would it say?
I would say it would say baby steps. So just like a baby has to learn to crawl and then it walks, just make a move every day and take baby steps.
That makes sense. Start small. You hear that often. Because a lot of times,
Sometimes you make it too big in your head.
Correct. Absolutely.
You blow it up in your head and it makes you afraid. Sometimes fear sets in or just overwhelmed or whatnot. But I feel like if you just do something every day.
I'm curious. What's one vision that you've manifested in your own life that once you felt it would be impossible?
Personally, I would say that just being who I am today, just not really envisioning myself when I was younger being who I am today. Just having bad habits, just a lot of being just attitude, just from doing things that I didn't want to do. Just being a person who I didn't know I didn't want to be at the time, but coming to realize that I didn't want to be that person and then becoming the person who I am today. And then just knowing that I'm getting even better every day.
Awesome. And once again, like you said, those are baby steps because it's one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Who's someone you love to see wear vision wear?
I want to see everybody wearing vision wear. Yeah. So there's not just one person. I want to see everybody wearing vision wear. I feel like it can be a great movement for everybody. Just put it on, wear your vision wear, and everywhere you go, you see inspiration and motivation.
And you know what? And I'm going to say this. We need more of that, especially at a time like this. I mean, what you are offering up, again, I believe I said it to you earlier, and I'm reminded to say it again. You're putting a smile on our ancestors' faces. But of course, I'm sure this is not just only for Black folks. This is just for people like-minded, anybody, I'm sure, right?
Yes.
So, $1 million question. When and where will this event be held and what time?
The event is only 3 days away. It's 3 days away. It'll be February 7th. It's going down February 7th, 2025 at the Ruby Exquisite Event Space at 14110 Telegraph Road in Detroit, Michigan from 6 to 11 p.m. The doors open at 6. I want to see everybody there. You can pay at the door, but no cash. You can pay through Cash App or Apple Pay or even Zelle. And but no cash.
Let me ask this, are there any sponsorship or vendor opportunities available?
Yeah. So right now we're still accepting people who have either a product or a service to put into our goodie bags. So if you have a product, a service, we also have a coupon. We have a coupon discount booklet thing that's going in there, so you can get in that. Or put your business card or flyer inside of that. We also have the digital ads that'll be looping throughout the event on the 2 monitors. One is 85-inch, one is a 100-inch monitor. Our podcast and social media outlets that we'll be promoting on. So there are different ways to advertise and promote still.
Oh, awesome. That's what's up. You know what? I mean, I'm inspired. And I'm going to create me some. Actually, I am working on something. God says, son, you already started. Just remind them. I've created something, and I can't wait to share it with you after the show. That this is scaring me.
Oh.
It's scaring me because, one, you and I are like-minded people. Mm-hmm. And here it is.
Well, we knew that.
I worked on something that is a T-shirt. Mm-hmm. That is a vision. Mm-hmm. And then here it is. I created it before you came with your vision where it only had a 25 event.
Okay.
I'm saying to me, look at God.
Look at God.
Well,
can I show mine?
Well, absolutely.
I actually made one. It's just a little something. I ain't like, oh, you want to give a little appetite, a little taste, just a little taste, that part. So I got a few messages here. Wow, Dre Big. That's ordered out. A little star on there. What's his charm say? Luck. What is that? Live. Well, hold on. Is that? I'm old, y'all. Live your dream. Live your dream. Dr. King. Over here, you got this.
That's what's up. Yes,
Spain. Network, create,
inspire,
manifest. I put a little pocket over here. I could put a cell phone in.
Wow, you're in Miss Medinah
here. And then in the back here, when you get your vision wear T-shirt. Okay, we can see it, but there's already vision wear 2025 tag on there. And yeah, so.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm going to hand you back to Jack where you can place it on your lap, ma'am. So you know what? This part of the show is where I want to say, you know what? Medinah, thank you for coming on.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being a vessel, because clearly I know God is using you.
Thanks for inviting me.
I'm encouraging y'all. How do they get a hold of you if they want to reach out to you? And how do they find out more? You got a website? You on Facebook? Share with the people, because people want to know, because I'm sure you have some people reach out to you.
Well, if you want to find out more about the event, I would just look up the event page, which is Visionware 2025 networking event. I can always reach me by email, and that's funkycoldworldllc@gmail.com. Otherwise, if you're a Facebook friend, you can always message me through Facebook, Medinah Smith, or on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn as well, Medinah Smith. So one of those ways.
I'm curious, where does Funky Cold World come from? What does that mean?
So my name is Medinah, and they never let me live down the whole Funky Cold Medinah thing. Anytime someone can't pronounce my name, if I say Funky Cold Medinah, okay, Medinah. So Funky Cold World is the name of my company, and I do arts and entertainment, a lot of things with kids. And eventually, I feel like it's going to be big as like Disney World, but it's like Funky Cold World.
Awesome. That's what's up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the point of the show where, you know what? I want to thank you all for tuning in. We're going to see you next week on Spending Time with Noodles. And our guests will let you know that in a few days. But you know what? Once again, I want to thank the team over here at Raw Avenue and TC Art Gallery. Thank y'all for welcoming me into the family. The energy here, I'm telling you, is amazing. It's inspiring. Today's show, I gotta feel, I enjoyed it.
One more thing.
Absolutely. You can close us out.
Well, I just wanted to give a shout out to one of my major sponsors, which is Zerker Transportation Services, Inc., and they specialize in luxury transportation to and from the airport.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So if you need any airport transportation or in Ann Arbor, they're based in both of those places. Zerker, Zirker, Transportation Services, Inc.
You by chance know the phone number?
734-231-2598.
All righty, y'all. Thank you for spending time with Noodles. Peace.